How is your competitor stealing your customers? They don't lower prices, don't run big ads, and their products are hardly different, but they still sell well. Meanwhile, you've tried everything, but the result is just a few scattered orders, some interest, and then nothing. The sense of helplessness grows day by day as potential customers slip away into the hands of others. It's not that you're weak, it's that you're playing the wrong strategy. In business, the winner isn't the hardest worker, but the one who understands positioning, highlights their advantages, and strikes at the right time. If you continue to be unclear, you won't just lose customers, you'll lose the market step by step. To regain your advantage, you first need to understand how the game truly works. Part 1. Marketing is a battle against competitors, not customers. It's not customers who decide the price at which you can sell. It's not you who control your profit margin. The entire game is affected by an external force, your competitors. They quietly influence your position in the market. If you don't put them at the center of your strategic reference point, you're playing chess without knowing who's sitting across the table. To stand strong in a competitive market, you need to closely observe the picture your competitors are painting every day. Every move they make impacts your attack speed. Marketing without being aware of your competitors is like hunting in a forest without a map. You easily get caught up in aimless activities, spend money on vague campaigns, and as a result, you fall short against the sharpness of others. There's no room for emotional decisions anymore. Start by gathering data. Who is your strongest competitor serving? What sets them apart? Which channels they're using? And how they're positioning themselves. From there, you can build a targeted, powerful approach with the potential to shift the market balance. But knowing who your competitors are isn't enough. You need to clearly define your position in this game. Part 2. 4. Principles leading to success. Principle 1. Specialization. A business cannot do everything for everyone. The more vague your direction, the easier it is to drown in the noise of the market. Specialization is the first step to open up a clear advantage. Choose the right market, the right group of customers, and the right product to unleash all your power. Being diverse doesn't necessarily make you strong. The modern market rewards clarity and focus. Every leading business starts by choosing a single, clear area to operate in, down to the product, service model, and emotional positioning. If you skip specialization, you'll fall into the trap of scattered energy where no market recognizes you as number one. This leads to wasted resources, misguided marketing, and employees losing their sense of role. No one can win when they keep shifting between customer groups with unclear messages. The more serious consequence, the inability to build a long-term brand. A business that doesn't know who it was born to serve will soon be replaced by one that knows exactly who to serve. Start by identifying which market, customer group, or product can you serve better than anyone else. Don't look for wisdom on paper. Observe what's going on, what customers often come back for, what they praise, where the negative feedback lies. This is live data showing you where you should dive deeper. Once you're clear, every activity, from product development to communication, should revolve around the chosen specialization. The more focused you are, the higher your chances of becoming the leader in that segment. Once the position is chosen, the essential requirement for survival is creating an irreplaceable mark. That's when differentiation becomes the sharpest weapon. Principle 2. Differentiation. In a market full of choices, buyers are not as confused as we think. They're just waiting for a strong enough reason to choose one and eliminate the rest. Differentiation is the answer you send to the market to be selected. When customers ask, "Why should I choose you?" every business must have a clear, prominent, and trustworthy declaration. Differentiation doesn't arise on its own. It's intentionally designed, based on observation and a deep understanding of competitors and the real expectations of target customers. If the difference isn't clear, every marketing effort becomes empty words. The market has no room for mediocre products, with no specific reason for customers to return. The common result is that businesses get dragged into a price-cutting race, trying to survive with lower margins and weaker customer loyalty. Furthermore, copying between brands makes the market saturated and customers lose trust. A business without differentiation is like a small voice in a crowded market. A powerful differentiation always has to answer, what do you do better than anyone else in your field? The answer cannot be cliches like quality or good service. These only hold value if the entire market does worse. To build real differentiation, you need to look deep into the customer experience journey from the moment they discover a need to after they've made a purchase. Any point that surprises positively, helping customers feel understood, can become a unique factor. To clarify your boundary with the rest, write down specifically 3 things you do differently from others. This could be speed, simplicity, care technology, interface after sales. But it must be measurable and backed by evidence. Each differentiator must be linked to a specific pain point or strong expectation the customer has. If you create a feeling of something you can't find elsewhere, you're close to achieving an impregnable spot in the buyer's mind. They'll remember you for that and return because of it. Finally, communicate your differentiation at every touchpoint, from the wording on your website, the way your employees interact, to the smallest experiences. A sharp message has no value if it isn't consistently repeated across every channel. Put yourself in the customer's shoes and review the entire shopping journey. Can they feel the special thing you bring? If not, you need to reorganize to ensure your brand reflects the strongest point you've chosen to fight for. Differentiation only truly matters when it's refined into a unique and irreplaceable statement. Principle 3. Market segmentation. Not all customers are created equal. In every market, there's a group of people willing to pay more loyal, and easier to persuade if you understand who they are. Segmentation is the art of finding that group. Approaching the market broadly is wasteful. Great brands don't serve everyone they select and delve into the psychology of the highest probability customer group. Once you've identified your key segment, marketing strategy is no longer a game of chance, but a targeted strike. Skipping market segmentation causes businesses to fall into an ambiguous loop. Products are launched to the wrong people. Messaging becomes ineffective. Sales staff lose direction when everyone seems like potential customers. The result is wasted resources in unprofitable places. The cost to persuade someone with low interest is much higher than conquering someone who truly needs it. When you don't categorize customers correctly, you're making things harder for yourself in an already fierce race. To segment accurately, you need 2 layers of data: demographics and psychographics. Demographics tell you who your customer is: age, gender, income, location, occupation. Psychographics tell you why they buy: pain points, goals, and underlying motivations. Don't just look at numbers. Listen to what customers say in emails, reviews, or direct feedback. It's these words that will show you which group truly feels you're what they're looking for. Imagine you're at a networking event and someone asks, "Who's your ideal customer?" Don't answer with a product. Describe the person, how old they are, what they care about, what they're trying to achieve, what they're worried about. The more deeply you can describe them, the better your messaging system will hit the target. This isn't just an exercise in description, it's the key to breaking free from the broad race and becoming a leader in a segment you truly understand. Every effort is meaningless if you don't focus all your energy on the most deserving customer group. Principle 4. Resource concentration. After segmentation is clear and differentiation is defined, the next crucial step is to focus all your energy on the strongest point. Concentration is not a smart choice, it's a matter of survival. In a noisy market, only brands with a sharp, unfocused path can cut through the noise and penetrate customers' minds. Every dollar spent, every content posted, every campaign launched must all be geared toward one goal: to dominate the #1 position in the chosen segment. If you continue to spread resources thin, your business will remain in a weak, indistinct position. No customer will remember you as representing anything specific. No employee will fully understand the core priorities. The operational system will lack focus, making every effort just an echo in the void. It's time to review all resources, budget, communication channels, human resources, and products. Keep only what serves the best segment. Everything else, no matter how appealing, should be temporarily put on hold to consolidate depth before expanding width. But to focus correctly, you need to face the truth, what is truly bothering your customers. Part 3. USP, Unique Selling Proposition. USP is not a catchy marketing slogan. It is the pivot of the entire business. Without a unique factor that makes customers choose you over anyone else, you're just an alternative. USP makes you the only name that comes to mind for a specific need. Its true value lies in its inability to be replicated, something you offer that others can't. This is not a creative exercise. It's a survival mission in an age where consumers are overwhelmed by information and choices. The consequence of lacking a USP is that a business will keep spinning in obscurity. You'll find yourself shouting louder, running more ads, spending more, but the results won't be different. Worse, customers won't remember who you are. When they need you, you won't be in their minds. Each day without a clear USP is another day where potential market share leaks to others. In a saturated market, only those with an unmistakable signature can occupy the #1 position in the buyer's mind. To define your USP, you must find the one point that your business can claim with absolute confidence. We are the only ones doing this in this way. It could be the distribution model, service style, operational process, product philosophy, or anything customers highly value. But the key is unique. It cannot be vague or similar to the market. When a USP is strong enough, the entire marketing, sales, promotional strategy, even pricing, will automatically align in the right direction. You need to strip away the layers of value you're providing. What are you doing that no one else has noticed? What do customers thank you for most after using your service? USP doesn't always come from advanced technology or superior scale. Sometimes it's simply about ultimate convenience, an experience that surprises customers with perfect alignment. Go deep into real customer experiences rather than relying on overly broad descriptions. The more specific your USP, the easier it will activate lasting loyalty. Once you've defined your USP, you must ensure the entire organization conveys that spirit at every touchpoint, from frontline employees to all communication content. From how you package products to every email response, everything must highlight the one thing you want the world to remember about you. This is the moment to stop being neutral. You can't be one of them. You have to be the only one because of this. When the market sees that clearly, you no longer need to chase customers, they will come to you. Once you know what you represent, the next question is who's waiting for that most urgently? Part 4. Solving the core problem of customers. No one buys a product just because it exists. They buy because they have an unresolved problem. Every consumption decision, big or small, is an attempt to fill a gap. It could be a pain point that needs relief, an unfinished goal, or a postponed need. Successful businesses don't succeed because their products are better. They succeed because they understand the problems their customers face. When a product becomes a tool to untie the knot, the conversation between the brand and the customer truly begins. When you don't identify the problem customers need to solve, businesses end up offering soulless products. The market doesn't respond, not because they don't need it, but because they don't feel you understand them. Every sales effort becomes awkward, every message fragmented. Worse, more refined competitors will show up and name that pain point before you. And as soon as a brand does it better, customers will turn their backs without hesitation. In their minds, you were never seen as an empathetic brand. To hit the pain points, start by listening with great care. Customers don't always directly say, "I have problem A." They express it through complaints, hesitation, or vague responses. Pay attention when they hesitate, when they ask something twice, when they talk about past experiences. It's at those points that the question to ask is, what is preventing them from making a decision? Once you find the answer, you're no longer selling a product, you're unlocking an unmet need. Instead of just building persuasive messages, businesses should position themselves as someone who removes anxieties. A customer psychological map helps identify common fears, allowing you to adjust the experience to reflect understanding. Details like a money-back guarantee, flexible policies, personalized advice, or empathetic language could be the key. When customers feel you've anticipated their concerns, they no longer feel defensive, they're ready to receive and trust. And if everything seems similar, the final factor to break through won't lie in the product, it will lie in the person who represents the brand. Part 5. Building a competitive advantage from yourself. When products in the market become homogeneous, the deciding factor no longer lies in the goods, it's in the people behind the service. In many industries, especially personal services or sales representatives, the only thing customers remember is you. They can't differentiate product A from product B, but they remember who made them feel at ease, respected, and important. The salesperson themselves becomes the brand. When your presence is a memorable experience, there's no need for massive promotion. Customers will still come back. If you see yourself just as an intermediary delivering products, you'll soon be replaced by technology or cheaper competitors. The most successful people in service industries don't just sell, they build long-lasting emotional connections. On the other hand, failing to invest in customer emotions will leave businesses surviving on promotions and discounts. A lack of warmth in service cannot be compensated by offers. At that point, customers don't leave because of price. They leave because they no longer feel valued. Differentiation begins in how you communicate, respond, stay in touch, and demonstrate professionalism. Small touches like handwritten notes, follow-up calls after service, punctuality, and careful listening. These are the small details that can leave a lasting impression. It's people who create emotions, and emotions create lasting loyalty. No massive campaign is needed if customers feel, "Here, I feel understood." A brand built around a strong personality is always hard to copy. Ask yourself in your current role, who are you to customers? Are you someone they trust? Someone who makes them return? Someone they recommend to friends? If not, all skills can be honed. Develop sensitivity, practice listening skills, and improve the accuracy of your responses, all of which are within your control. When an individual becomes a symbol of credibility, customers will not just buy once, they'll stay, return, and bring others along. Don't step into the market just to survive. Either become number one in the chosen segment, or be swallowed up by obscurity. Explosive brands don't succeed because of large budgets, but because they have sharp direction and an unapologetic positioning mindset. The world isn't short of skilled people, it's short of those brave enough to define themselves clearly. What is really being sold, products or the courage to stand out? How long will it take to stop speaking in generalities and start speaking specifically? Every market share has an owner. To have a position, you must fight for it. To keep that position, you must keep fighting. It's time to pick a side. Either step out with an extraordinary strategy, or forever stay on the sidelines. The market won't wait for anyone, and every revolution starts with the decision to not delay for another day. Thank you for watching the whole video. Please like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos.